right, so now we're going to graph a parabola with a vertex at hk. So we look at the form that they give us. So they give us this equation here, and it's in the form y minus k squared equals 4p x minus h. Okay, so then we have to figure out what everything is. So you might want to make yourself a little chart. Okay, k, well, let's start with h. H is equal to -3, because it's got to be, minus a minus 3, right? So it's going to be the -3. And then k is going to be 1. That's coming from there. And then p, we have to do a little bit of work, but 4p is equal to -16. So p is going to be equal, if you divide both sides by 4, -4. And then what I do is I just use that information to graph it and then count it out. Okay, so the vertex, that's one of the things we're supposed to say. The vertex is going to be at hk, so -3, 1. So you can use that list of, formula list that we had from the last video. All right, so I'm going to graph the vertex, -3, 1. It's right there. That's a point on the parabola. Okay, now, the axis of symmetry. Well, we have to know which way it's opening. Because it's y squared, it's going to open either to the left or the right. Because p is negative, it's going to open to the left. So our parabola is going to go that way. That means the axis of symmetry is coming right through here. So axis of symmetry, or you could have just used the sheet of formulas, it's going to be y equals 1. Okay, so we've got the axis of symmetry and we drew that in. The focus, all right, we'll go to orange. Focus, the focus is going to be, now this is how I would do it. There's my vertex, and it has to be -4 to the left, right? Okay, correct. So -1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be right there. And I know the coordinates at that point. They're integers. And so it's going to be -7, 1. That's going to be the focus. All right. Then what else do we need? The directrix. The directrix has to be in the other direction. So it has to go this way. It's going to be this kind of vertical line. And so it's going to be x equals 1. Okay. So that's the directrix. All right. Now we need the endpoints of the lattice rectum. So if you remember, it's going to be, you could just plug these all in the formula, but we know it's going to be in line with the focus. So we know it's going to be -7, and then it's going to be k plus 2p and k minus 2p. Well, I kind of did a mixture. I knew it was going to be -7 because that's where my focus is, like right there. So now I can just figure out what that is. So -7, and then k was 1 plus 2 times -4. Well, 2 times -4 is -8, and then -8 and 1 is -7. So one of them is going to be -7, -7. We'll have to graph that. And then the other one is going to be, where can I draw it? It's going to be -7, and then it's going to be 1 minus 2 times -4, which is going to be -7, 1 plus 8, or I'll put it over here, -7, 9. So the two endpoints of the lattice rectum are right there. And you could do it a different way, but there would be one up here. Oops, these are actually parts of the parabola. So -7. Okay, so I have the endpoints, I have the vertex. I try to draw the best parabola I know how. Something like that, okay? Everything's labeled. We've got all this information. Oops. just ran through that. The endpoints of the lattice rectum are right here. We just had a little bit of work, so I could have made it maybe a little bit neater, but that's all the information that we were supposed to provide.